The latest Minecraft updates have been game changing in a dramatic way. The update isn't fully released yet, but we've seen a few of the new features in the snapshots, and we've already seen design changes in things like spawn eggs, new variations of existing mobs with craftable saddles, new lead functions, and wrestling clump. What even is this thing? And the big one everyone's talking about, the Happy Ghast. We all know what the Happy Ghast is by now, but just in case you don't, I'll give you a quick recap. You can now find a dried ghast in a soul sand valley by a bone clump. If you mine it and take it back to the overworld and place water over it, it will turn into a ghastling, which grows into a Happy Ghast, which you can then saddle and ride. Pretty cool and big change to the game. However, when I saw this thing, a thought that entered my mind was, is there a chance for a rideable enderdragon? A few years ago, the suggestion would have been dumb. As cool as it is, no way they're gonna add something like that to the game. But with the introduction of a rideable ghast, it's finally a possibility. Rideable enderdragons, or happy enderdragons I'm going to say as it's less of a mouthful, is something that everyone's been wanting since the end was first added to the game. Modders going out of their way to add it themselves. I remember when I first beat the Ender Dragon and trying to hatch the egg only to come to the disappointing realization that most players had that the egg doesn't actually do anything. Now a Happy Ghast is one thing, it was already a risky move for Mojang to add that, and having an Ender Dragon you can actually ride in the overworld is an even bigger move. That's why I think that if they're going to add a Happy Ender Dragon it would be harder to obtain. I think I've come up with a way that it could work. Of course the essential step in this process is defeating the Ender Dragon. First of course they'd have to update the game to give you a dragon egg every time you defeat it, because right now you only get one egg per world. However, to hatch the egg you must fertilize it, otherwise it's nothing more than an omelette. I've come up with a new item that you need to collect called the dragon's core. The dragon core must be crafted in the following recipe: 1 obsidian in each corner, 3 glowstone dust in the shape of a ball, a dragon head in the top middle, and a brand new item in the middle called the dragon heart. The dragon heart is not a craftable item, but instead can only be found after locating an end city. Once you've found one, you must search through the entire place, leaving no chest unopened, where you will then have the chance to find a compass which will lead you to where the dragon heart is located. Not every entity will have a dragon heart compass, just like not every entity has a pair of elytra wings. If you do end up finding a compass containing the location of the dragon heart, it will take you in that direction. There are hundreds of tiny islands in the end, and on one of those there will be a dragon heart placed on the ground. The dragon heart functions the same as an ender dragon egg, as in if you touch it, it will teleport away, and seeing as though there's nowhere for the heart to drop but into the void, you want to be careful when collecting it. You'll finally have all the materials needed to hatch the egg. Take them all back to the overworld and from there craft yourself a dragon core. Now it's time to fertilize the egg. There's still one problem. Trying to break into an ender dragon egg is like trying to punch through concrete with your bare hands. To be able to penetrate the egg, you will need a diamond ore enchanted with sharpness 5. It is a netherite, but a lot of effort has gone into this already, and netherite has become hard to get since it was first introduced. Once you have that, you must right click the egg like an axe stripping logs, which will place a small crack in the side. At this point you are committed. Once the crack has been entered, the egg can no longer be picked up. Be careful where you place it. Now take your dragon core and place it inside the egg. Doing this will seal it back up during the conception period, but the purple dots will now be glowing to show that there is a dragon being born inside. Just like the dried ghast, the egg will take a full Minecraft day and night, 20 minutes to hatch. For the first 10 minutes it will be sealed shut, but after that cracks will begin to form on the outside. And after another 10 minutes a hatchling will pop out. Tiny baby ender dragon, just like the ghastling. It will follow you, making an impression, and it will take another 20 minutes to grow into full-sized ender dragon. Now how do you tame one of these things? As I said, be careful where you spawn the dragon, as it cannot be tamed or leashed while it's still a hatchling, but will fly close to the ground. Once it's grown, it will begin flying higher and faster, but not so high that you can't catch it. To be able to ride the happy ender dragon, you will need a harness. The recipe will be the same as the harness for the happy ghast, but instead of a piece of wool, it's carpet, since the dragon is skinnier than a ghast. Now you've attached the harness, you're all set. You now have a happy ender dragon. The happy ender dragon works similar to the happy ghast. Any player can ride it, 2 players can sit on it at once. It will fly off when it's not being ridden, but will always return to a player so you don't lose it forever. The happy ender dragon will be, for obvious reasons, much faster than the happy ghast. The ender dragon currently moves at 2.1 blocks per second, which will correspond to its happy alternative. Not as fast as an elytra with fireworks, but it's the thrill of the ride that matters. I know it probably wouldn't happen for a while, let people get used to the happy ghast first, you know, but at some point down the line it would be a cool feature to see. Please Mojang, we'll be begging you for like 14 years straight.
By the way, while I've been making this video, Minecraft have just dropped the How to Train Your Dragon add-on in the marketplace where you can indeed ride dragons. So who knows if this pushes us closer or further away from rideable ender dragons in the core game.
If you think this is a cool concept, show it by subscribing. Mojang is drastically changing the game at the minute, so this would be entirely plausible. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.